J Jinx!
Truck stop!
This is JJ Jinx, back with another YouTube video. So when I did that Blade Addict mystery unboxing, I mentioned this knife. I might have accidentally called it a toe knife, elephant toe, something like that. It's a sunfish. I know this, I just had a brain fart moment. The sunfish knife has like the one huge thick-ass blade and then the huge thick-ass pen-style blade. And I've never had one before, but I spotted this one at my local flea market. The knife dealer there that I frequent quite often he has had a whole bunch of knives, kind of, in the glass case thing, for pretty cheap from various brands. So I got this used Rough Rider sunfish knife for about $10. The handle material is real bone in a peach color, and I thought it looked really swell. This side is just a lot lighter. This is more peachy. This one's more like, I don't know, amber? But I like it. It's a shiny, shiny knife, and the price was right. Not very easy to find Rough Rider sunfish knives with bone handles these days. There's a model or two maybe on the Smoky Mountain Knife Works website, but some of these older ones, they've discontinued. Don't sell them anymore. While I was at the flea market, same dealer, I went ahead and picked up a couple of new old stock Frost Cutlery knives. These I got for $8 a piece. He really marked them down for me because, I frequent him. So we have these old school blue and black fade background boxes. So I think these were made sometime in the 90s. This one is not the knife that's pictured. That's just the box he kind of had at the time. But I spotted this Stockman in a nice kind of light blue bone. I wanted to get something to complement my Proto Eagle Eye that I found on eBay, and I've never seen these again because it's quite nice, quite shiny. Again, 90s made, maybe 80s. And I feel like I got really lucky getting this one. Spotted it on eBay, and it's in fantastic shape. So from possibly around the same time period is this Stockman. Standard layout. You got the clip point blade, sheep's foot blade, mini spay blade, and the serpentine handle with the round bolsters. And these things are in impeccable shape. They were never used. Like I said, new old stock, or NOS, as the kids call it these days. And in addition, I picked up this Frost Cutlery doctor's knife in green bone. Wanted to explore a different color bone material. So from around the same time period, we have this nice shiny doctor's knife. Drop point blades, pen and longer. Again, just impeccable condition, not a speck of dirt, no sign of pocket wear. He's had these knives laying around for a long time, and so I got each of these, like I said, for around $10. So pretty good deal if you ask me. Even though it's Frost Cutlery, it's their older stuff. It's their better stuff, in my opinion. And then he threw this one in for $5 because he saw me eyeing it, and he was like, "I'll let you have that for $5." It is a marbles knife. which comes in this neat little pleather zip-up case with the logo on it. No idea how old this one is. I'm not as familiar with dating marbles boxes, or neither am I an authority on that subject at all with Frost Cutlery, for that matter. I just know that these are old. And on the inside here, we have another sunfish knife. Look at this. Very highly polished bone handles and a nice handsome brown. You can see why I was eyeing this knife like that. Just looks great. It is completely unused. You still got some of that factory grease down there by the tang stamp. It's dried up and gunked up by now, but that just means like it was just never ever used. It's impeccable. So, yeah, I'm just now kind of dipping my toes into the waters of this style of knife. My first knife, sort of like it, was this Rough Rider Reserve Rhino toe knife. But I wanted to go back to the beginning, the classic sunfish. And I think this is a great piece. Oh, it just looks so handsome. And it's got that cool shield. I forget what that shield type is called. There's like a million of them. But yeah, I love the jigging on that. It's very highly polished, so it looks rough, but when you pass the light over it, you can see, yeah, they really lacquered that thing up. And I think what I like the most about the sunfish knives, I didn't think I would like them at first because they're just so freaking huge, but I like huge bolsters, so I'm into it. Yeah. On my way out, there was an outdoor vendor, and he had a box of these that I spotted. I don't know what color this box originally was, because these were just sitting out in the sun, and it looked like they had been there for years. It might have started blue, or it might have started green. Don't know. And he kept on saying something funny about these. He was like, "Oh, those are good." What did he say? I can't remember. He was like, "Oh, those knives are good for just throwing in your pocket," or something like that. But I was immediately drawn to it because look at this design. It's like a plastic knurled handled knife with a bail, and kind of it's a leather lock. It's a lever locked knife. But it's not an automatic lever-locked knife. The way it works is you got this little slider here. You pull down, and that exposes the button. And then you slide it up, and that's sort of like a safety catch. The blade is locked in this position. You got to push down the lever, and they give you this very barely exposed thumb nick to grasp the blade and swing it out. It locks into place, and then you can slide the slider back under the button. So then you can use the knife worry-free. I got this for $5, and he had a bunch of them. I kind of wish now that I had gone through a few of them and maybe picked out a different one, because if you look at the edge of this blade, it's got some damage on it. But I don't think that's from use. I think that's from the blade colliding with the pin down here. And also the tip is just a little bit bent at the end. Not sure if I can find a good angle to show that, but anyway, it is not in perfect condition. It's all pinned construction. It's cheap. It was probably cheap the day it was made. It's Taiwanese made steel, and it's got, I think that's a little bit of rust down there. I thought it might have been grease, like dried factory grease at first, but no, that's rust. So these things are not known for their high quality, but I like the design. Kind of wish I had a pocket clip. The knurled plastic handle has, see, I forgot how to use it. A little bit of contouring to it, and it actually doesn't feel too uncomfortable in the hand. The blade is not very sharp, and if I seriously wanted to use this, I'd have to give it the whetstone and Langsky treatment, but for $5 and something that's been sitting for I don't know how long, there's nothing on this box to indicate when it was made, but just based on how this thing looks, I would say probably sometime in the 90s, possibly the 80s. It's simply called the Lock Knife with Safety Lock. Super stainless steel blade. Ideal for camping, picnics, hunting, fishing, and households. Not sure what that means. So that was my latest trip to the flea market. It was quite a while ago, actually, a couple months, I think. I spent a total of less than $50 to get all of these things. Well, I already had this one, but anyway. Successful afternoon. So the next time I go, I'm probably going to go right back to that same counter and have a closer look at the new old stock frost cutlery pieces he's got. Because some of them, especially this one, are just impossible to find on eBay anymore. And if you ever find your way out to central New Jersey and go to the Collinswood Flea Market, this is the guy, George Maselli from Cutting Edge Weapons. You get a big discount when you fill out the punch card. 25% off of your order. Got quite a long ways to go, but I'll get there.